is a Friday, I have finished work and I'm gonna drive home, get my painting clothes on, get my paints ready, and we're gonna go on a walk and we're gonna paint because I feel like I really need to do that. I really want to get outside and I want to paint, so yeah, it's going to be a fun little evening. So lucky like. So I think I'm gonna set up and paint here. I am right next to the road, but I wanted to get a bit of height. I'll sit here for a bit, and then if I feel like I want more height, I will walk up the hill and away from the road. But I'm excited to paint, and actually, touch wood, it feels kind of warm, which is weird because it's been quite a cold spring. I mean, I guess I'm not usually here in spring. Like the last couple of years I was south at uni, and this is my first full year home, but it has been cold, very cold. Like 2 weeks ago it was 3 degrees still, which is not very spring-like, but yeah, there's a bit of a warmth in the air. Almost, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but it feels a little humid. But I'm so excited to paint, and every time I go on a walk, it's great because I have the same feelings every time, where I just feel, oh, my back is rolling down the hill, but I just feel so grateful to live here, and to be, just to have such instant access to beauty, to nature. Yeah, like it's so easy to find here. All you have to do is go on a walk for 5 minutes and suddenly you're having the best little time. You feel so full of hope and love and gratitude for everything. It's quite nice. It's good to be able to recharge so easily. But yeah, I'm gonna start painting. I'm very excited. I just feel really happy. I just want to smile. Yeah. Yeah. Starting to maybe get a little bit more warmed up. I quite like some of the marks going on here in the island. But I feel like I'm thinking a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna pop the camera away for a moment. I'm just gonna get in the zone, because sometimes when I'm worrying about trying to get good camera angles, I can't relax into the painting. So yeah, also look at that little strip of light. It's so nice. It's so nice sitting here. I have done 2 little paintings. This one is my second, and this is the first. I think they're quite nice. I would say they're like nothing special, but at the same time, although now that I'm looking at this painting, I feel like I would maybe quite enjoy trying to make another painting from these little studies. I think that might be a fun thing to do. I'm just looking at some of the colours here, and I feel like sometimes when you're removed from the scene that you're painting, it's easier, or there's less confusion going on sometimes, because you kind of just start trusting in what you want to put down on the paper or on the canvas or whatever, opposed to sometimes I think when I'm outside, not that I'm more hesitant, but there's a lot more to get lost in, and it's easy to jump about from focusing on one thing in the background and then to something closer up, and yeah, it's easier to jump about and kind of get lost sometimes. Not all the time, like I don't really feel like I'm doing that hugely here, but yeah, I feel like being able to like remove myself a little bit more from it and use this as a reference point might make quite a nice little painting. Perhaps I could just be rambling here for the sake of rambling. That is always a possibility, but I quite like the first one I did actually. Quite muted tones, but I just can't get over how calm it is. It's so calm. Like I don't need to talk louder right now, or I'm not worried about whether the sound is going to come across well, because there's literally no wind. It's so calm, which is really nice. The midges are even coming out. That's how calm it is. But I think I'm gonna stay out for a bit longer. I'm having such a peaceful time. I will say that. I just feel very I feel very calm, and I feel very lucky to have this on my doorstep. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to sit and sketch because I want to stay out here a bit longer. But I will say, I think where I'm sitting isn't the best compositionally, perhaps, because we've got these two fields, the darker ones that have just been ploughed. They look they're quite awkwardly shaped. Like this field here, it's a big, you know, a kind of cut out from it, which looks a bit awkward. So perhaps that's something that like I need to learn, is to kind of choose when to tell a slight lie with my work, because I don't think there's anything wrong in adjusting your painting to make it have a nicer composition. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna sketch because I feel like sketching. This is one that I've actually already done. I've got my watercolour pencils here as always. I really like them, and yeah, I think I'll do that for a little while and then I'll probably head back. But it's just it's so nice, and I feel like I keep saying this in videos about being excited for summer. I do understand, like I recognise that it technically is summer, but I feel like it doesn't quite feel like that here. When I was south last weekend, I could understand how it could maybe be, you could maybe class this time of year as summer, but I think there's a little bit more warmth to be found before I'm saying that. But so I'm going to say again, I'm really excited for summer, to get out more and to paint and draw, because also this is like all very new to me, like relatively new. This is the first time in my practice I've kind of embraced going outside and painting. I started briefly doing it a little bit last summer, but not hugely. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes, because I just want to paint landscapes. I really just want to paint landscapes. You know, just paint this island, because I'm just so excited by it at the moment, and I don't see that going anywhere. I think if anything, I've said this before in other videos, but I just feel very settled in my practice at long last. It feels like it's been a bit of a long time coming in some ways, but I think I always knew, like I've always been attracted to landscape paintings, but it's just, I don't know, it's taken me a little bit of time to fully embrace it, as I don't know what I want to do, but it kind of is. I like that I don't really need to think anymore about what my art needs to be. It feels a lot more just like, I guess, in alignment with my life and living here in Shetland. It kind of makes sense that I'm going to paint this place because it's right in front of me, you know, it's so obvious if anything, you know, and yeah. So yeah, I like landscapes, I like landscape paintings, and anyway, let's sketch, because I've just been chatting away for a while. I've just looked at the time and it's coming up for 8, so I think I've been out here for more than 2 hours. I think I need to go home and have some dinner actually, because it's 8 o'clock. But I've had a very nice little evening. Let me show you everything I have done. So here are the two paintings. Actually some really nice colours going on here. And I like these little marks down here. And this was the first one. Which, yeah, I think I'm kind of like, maybe this is how I should work for the next little while, is go out, do some little studies, and then take them back home and maybe try and develop them into paintings, I'm not sure. And then these are the sketches I've done. So I just did this one. Yeah, so this is the last one I just did, and then I did this very brief one. Because I really like this little building. This appears in one of the postcards that I'm making, or that I've made and getting printed. And it's this little building down here. Yeah, I don't know, there's just something quite sweet about it. And then I did this one, which I really like, this sort of long spread. Yeah, this sort of composition of having kind of strip up at the top, fields. This is meant to be the burn over here. But yeah, I actually think this is quite a nice little sketch. I like these. Just like it when I can feel that, like, my hand's been sweeping across the page. And then I think I did, yeah, oh yeah. So this was the first sketch, and I added some water to my watercolour pencil, and it makes these really nice marks. So yeah, enjoyed doing those. And yeah, my two little paintings, which I think are pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just get packed up and head home. So this is kind of the end of the video. Probably been quite a short one, but I hope you've enjoyed, and I very much encourage you, if you feel stressed in any sort of way. I wasn't feeling stressed, but I was feeling like I needed to get outside, and I also really needed to paint at the same time. Yeah, I highly suggest just go outside, take a couple supplies with you. It doesn't have to be paints, you could just take your sketchbook and your pencils, and you'll probably have a really nice time. But yeah, I will say goodbye now. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you like this video, then feel free to subscribe, because this is the sort of thing that I will be continuing to make. And yeah, I like to get outside and go painting and show you different little bits of Shetland. And I think over the summer my plan is to just get outside more and go to just lots of different places around the island and paint. So if you are intrigued by the sound of that, then yeah, feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, whatever, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!